Good afternoon to one and all. Let me explain about today's topic. Before going to start today's topic, few questions I want to ask related to this topic. Think about these questions. My first question is, which are primary needs for human beings? Air, water and food. These all substances, how do they transport in our body? With the help of blood. Which organ is sending blood to all the parts in our body? That is super special organ, heart. What this total process is called? Circulation. Yeah, exactly. Today we are going to start. Today we are going to understand. Today we are going to learn topic circulatory system. Circulation, the process sending a moving waste and useful substances to particular places, which is called circulation. Circulatory system will take the responsibility about it. To understand about circulatory system very clearly, I'll tell one example. It's a real life example you apply to understand about a term, transportation. You notice this picture, you can understand easily how it is similar to transportation process. You see this picture, we people are utilizing several products in our daily life. They are food grains, fruits, vegetables, clothes, medicines and fuels, etc. Many things, many products we are utilizing in our daily life. How it is possible? Because they are coming to our places. How they are coming to our places? Due to transportation. That transportation is possible by different type of vehicles. They are train, aeroplane, lorry transport, ship, of course some other vehicles like buses. These all vehicles are taking responsibility about transportation. So not only utilizing substances here, also you can see some waste products also coming out from our houses. Even in our surroundings also lot of garbage is collected. To collect that garbage, municipality vehicle is coming to our places. After collecting that, they are sending to particular places. That is also transportation. In case if this transportation is not there, so people are not coming to collect garbage, people are not transporting these all goods, how our daily life? Once you imagine, that would be very critical. We suffered a lot because the garbage will be stored in our surroundings. We may get lot of problems. So transportation is must and should in our daily life. At the same time, how we understand similarly with our body. You see here, oxygen, nutrients and hormones. These all are useful substances in our body. These all substances should reach to all the cells with the help of blood. So you can see here, blood is transporting this all the things towards the cells. Every cell is getting through the blood. When it reaches, after that some waste products also coming out from the cell like carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is coming back with the help of blood and disposed to out. Same thing, if there is no transportation in our body, if there is no circulation in our body, what happens? Our body is stored with garbage, in the sense carbon dioxide and other waste materials, even useful substances also will not reach to all the cells. In such conditions, our body become dump yard. Our body will face lot of problems. It leads to diseases. There is a chance to death of person due to failure of organ systems. So, you apply these two things, very interesting. This transportation is very important in our daily life. This transportation is very important in our body. If there is no transportation in our daily life, how we suffered a lot. If there is no circulation in our body, how we suffer? We face lot of problems. That's what, children, you have to understand how circulation is happening in our body with this similar example. I hope you understand with this example, and we go for next slide. Yeah, blood. Before going to blood, circulatory system, which is made up of by three components. Made up of by, in the sense, which constituted with three components. One is blood, second one is blood vessels, third one is heart. These three organs are involving in the circulation process. So, now we are going to learn one by one how it involves in the circulation process. Yeah, first you observe here, picture is showing blood. Generally, you know about blood, how it would be red in color. Yeah, before going to learn about characters of the blood, you see first, you take some amount of blood and you centrifuge in centrifugal machine, in the process centrifugation. If you do that one, you get different components in the blood. One is plasma, second type of thing is blood cells. They are RBC, WBC, platelets. In plasma you can see proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, and also water. Even serum also you can see in plasma. Plasma percentage is approximately 55%. Remain 45% is totally blood cells. In that 45% also, red blood cells are 44%. That's what more in number. White blood cells and platelets are just 1%. Plasma 55%, white blood cells and platelets are 1%, red blood cells are 44%, totally 100% you can see. Blood is very interesting organ. Don't confuse students, I am calling it organ, but it is in the liquid state. Yeah, exactly what I am saying. In our body, there is no other organ is having that speciality. Blood is only in the form of liquid state, which is a fluid type of connective tissue. There is no other organ in the form of liquid state. Blood reaches in our body to all the parts. And now, blood is red in color due to a pigment which is called hemoglobin. Even some organisms you can see blue colored blood. Example, snail. How it is possible? Due to a pigment hemocyanin. And you can see snails blue colored blood. Of course, another organism like insects, there is no particular color of the blood. There is colorless blood because no pigment in such organisms. So, depends on pigment, color of the blood will be decided. One young and healthy person contains 5 liters of blood. This is approximate value. Some different kind of people may show the different volume, but I am talking about young and healthy person, 5 liters amount of blood. And also the branch of biology studies about blood is called hematology. It studies about blood. Heparin, which is a substance you can see in the blood, that is a reason blood is not clotting in the blood vessels. What is that, students? Heparin. And one more thing, blood can decide illness and wellness of the person. According to that blood, we can decide the person health condition that is having special importance of the blood. And we are going to learn very interesting thing. 3 type of blood cells we observe in the blood. The first type of blood cells are RBC, red blood cells. Second type of blood cells are WBC, white blood cells. Third type of blood cells are called platelets. You observe here 3 type of blood cells we can see. The first type of blood cells are RBC, red blood cells. Red blood cells are red in color due to a pigment hemoglobin. They are more in number. At the same time, red blood cells are involving in the process is called transportation. They transport all the substances. Red blood cells are also called erythrocytes. Now, second type of blood cells you can see white blood cells. White blood cells are very interesting. They are white in color. There is no pigment like hemoglobin. That's what white in color. But white blood cells are divided into 2 types based on granules. These 3 are granulocytes. These 2 are agranulocytes. Granulocytes are containing inside of them, inside the cytoplasm, granules are dot-like structures. Agranulocytes you can see they do not contain any type of dot-like structure, any type of granule. That's what we have to call them agranulocytes. They contain granules, they do not contain granules. That's what granulocytes, agranulocytes. Granulocytes are 3 types. What they are? Neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils. But you can see these 3 are similar in size, but the difference is what? Shape of the nucleus is different. You can observe different, many lobes here. Here 2 lobes only, here 1 lobe. So, based on nucleus shape, we have to identify these granulocytes. Agranulocytes, they do not contain granules. I said already. One type of agranulocyte is lymphocyte, another one is monocyte. What is the speciality of monocyte? Monocytes are biggest white blood cells among the all white blood cells. Lymphocytes are smallest white blood cells among the all white blood cells. But these all white blood cells are giving to our body immunity power. With the help of this immunity power, what we are getting disease resistance power against diseases. That's what they fight against microbes, otherwise disease causing organisms. So, white blood cells are very important. They are producing antibodies in our body against pathogens. White blood cells are also called leukocytes. White blood cells speciality, they contain nucleus. In all you can see nucleus, but red blood cells do not contain nucleus except camel llama. Camel llama red blood cells contain nucleus. Now, third type of blood cells we have to call them platelets. Platelets also very important type of blood cells. They involves in blood clotting process. If they do not produce some enzymes like thrombokinase, if there are there is no blood no platelets in our body, we may get a problem about blood clotting. Blood flows out continuously at the time of injury. That's what platelets are very important in our body. So, platelets are also called thrombocytes. And lifespan of these 3 type of blood cells, RBC lifespan 120 days, white blood cells lifespan 12 to 20 days, platelets 8 to 9 days. This is approximate lifespan. Once again I am saying children, red blood cells approximate lifespan 120 days, white blood cells 12 to 20 days, platelets 8 to 9 days. To understand about the structure of these blood cells, I want to show a similar examples with different type of fruits. You can observe. Children, now you can see this is a similar image for red blood cell. You can see red blood cell, red in color. So this image is very clear, similar application example for red blood cell. This is made up of by watermelon. Now white blood cells I'll show. These three are white blood cells. These three are white blood cells. They are white in color. Do you know, children, I made these blood cells from a fruit. Are you seeing, children? So these are oranges. These three are acidophils, basophils, neutrophils. Now I am going to show monocyte. I said just now, monocyte, which is big in size. Among the all WBC, monocyte, this is big in size among the all WBC cells. Lymphocyte, which is a small in size among the all WBC. These all cells are made by fruit, from oranges. Now I am showing platelets. So these are the platelets. Of course, it is very small in size, children. You can't see, even they are microscopic in nature. But I collected these fibers from banana. I collected these fibers from banana. You see what I showed: RBC from watermelon, white blood cells from oranges, platelets from banana peel fibers. Banana peel fibers. See, children, blood cells, just now we understood. Similarly with several fruits, red blood cells with watermelon, I cut into small like RBC. WBC similar to just now you observed oranges, and platelets, I hope you observed that banana peel fibers. They are very small in size, children. So that's what you see, similar things they are to understand about these three type of blood cells. Now, blood vessels. Blood vessels are very important in the circulation process. Blood is moving, but how? Most of the people, they may get confusion. Blood is moving in our body like a flow from one part to another part, from one place to another place. That is absolutely wrong. Blood never flows out from the vessels. Always it passes through vessels. Major blood vessels in our body, one is artery, second one vein, third one is capillary. Actually two are major, but capillary, it is a connecting blood vessel of artery and vein. So TS of artery, TS in the sense transverse section. If you see this artery, how it would be? Elastic fibrous coat. Outer layer of artery is made up of by a fiber coat which is very tough. which is elastic in nature. Elastic nature it shows, and this white color you can see lumen. Lumen in the sense space, the space which is inside artery, and the muscle, and the special muscle you can see inside the artery. Next one you see lining cell. Some special cells would be here, we call them lining cells. And another type of blood vessel, that is vein. TS of vein. TS means transverse section, tough fibrous coat. If you compare from artery, it shows elastic nature, it's very tough, there is no elastic nature. And muscle layer, and same muscle layer you can see inside the vessel. And lumen in the sense, again same thing, space. Lining cells, some special cells would be, we call them lining cells. This is TS of vein. The last one, which is very microscopic in nature. Actually we can't see that, but if you observe under the microscope, that is an image you can see like it. It's a lumen. Again, lumen means space, just now I said. Lining cells, some cells you can see here. So these are the blood vessels. Blood vessels always transport blood from one place to another place. So now we have to see what is the role of artery, what is the role of vein. Artery. Artery transports blood from heart to other parts. Please notice children, artery transports blood from heart to other parts, but vein is not like that, quite opposite, transports blood from other parts to heart. Now artery walls are very thick, veins walls are thin. Walls, W-A-L-L-S, walls are thick, walls are thin. And now in artery, valves will be absent. Children, here valves, V-A-L-V-E-S. Before this I said valves, W-A-L-L-S. Now I am saying valves, V-A-L-V-E-S. Valves will be absent, valves will be present in vein. And in arteries always oxygenated blood will be transported, but in veins always deoxygenated blood will be transported. In arteries always oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery, except pulmonary artery. And in veins always deoxygenated blood, but except pulmonary vein. In pulmonary vein oxygenated blood will be transported. At the same thing you can see pressure of the blood in arteries you can see more, but pressure of the blood in veins is very less. Simple reason, lumen size is very less, space is very less, that's what pressure is more. Lumen size means space is more, that's what pressure is less. It's very simple idea. And next thing, if there is no blood in artery, in the absence of blood, artery can retain itself. If there is no blood in vein, in the absence of blood, veins cannot retain. This is very important point between arteries and veins. That's what arteries and veins are working together very effectively. One is transporting from heart to other parts, another one is transporting from other parts to heart. These two are connected by microscopic blood vessels. We call them capillaries. This is about blood vessels. Yeah children, we have to never forget the role of scientists. Always we have to appreciate the role of scientists, because if there are no scientists, how we enjoy all those things, how we come to know all those things. That's what we have to appreciate. We have to recall the services of those celebrities, of course those personalities, those legendaries. You see, first time we do not know about the circulation process. First time information given by the great person Girolamo Fabrici. Girolamo Fabrici. So this is correct pronunciation, students. Girolamo Fabrici. First time he discovered valves in the veins of the leg. Before that we don't have any information. Fabrici founded valves in the veins of the leg. Also he said valves allows blood in one direction. So that is a great thing in those days. No one is said that. That was great thing by Fabrici. After that Fabrici's student William Harvey come to the track. William Harvey, after the Fabrici, what Fabrici guessed, what Fabrici assumed, what Fabrici imagined, everything was proved with practically. That is great thing by William Harvey. That's what William Harvey is the father of blood circulation. We honored him with father of blood circulation. And next, another type of scientist, another scientist, Marcello Malfisi. William Harvey almost all the things he said, but except one thing, capillaries he didn't tell. He did not discover about capillaries. Capillaries discovered by Marcello Malfisi, because in William Harvey days, in William Harvey's era, there is no microscope to observe capillaries. Capillaries are microscopic in nature. But at the time of Marcello Malfisi, there is availability of device microscope. That's what it became easy to identify them under the microscope to Marcello Malfisi. So capillary, which is a Latin word, in the sense capillary means hair. That's what, it's a hair like thin in nature. We do not observe easily, we can observe under the microscope. First time he observed capillaries in potassium of the bat. That is a speciality of Marcello Malfisi. Once again, we have to recall the rendering services of those great scientists. Yeah, very interesting, children. Amazing images of heart. Third more important thing, already we discussed about blood. We come to know about blood vessels. Now we are going to learn about super special organ. It's called heart. What these images are here? Amazing images of heart. Amazing images of heart. Several images you can see here. First image, what is this, students? Stethoscope. I think you are understanding. Stethoscope which can measure the beat of heart. Heartbeat equal to pulse rate. Per minute, one young and healthy person can give 72 beats per minute. So that was measured by, what is this? Stethoscope. And now what is this fruit? Pear fruit. You see, children, if you make it reverse, heart looks like a pear fruit. Now you see third picture. What is this? In mathematical symbol, what is this? Triangle, reverse triangle. So that is also telling about the shape of heart. If you make it reverse, if you make triangle reverse, you can see that similar to heart. Everyone's heart is having their hand's fist size. This is a fist, you can observe here. And next, heart is divided into 4 chambers. This is right auricle, this is left auricle, this is right ventricle, this is left ventricle. These 4 are chambers. These are upper chambers, these are lower chambers. These chambers are separated by a deep groove like structure is called septa, otherwise septum. You can see this one. And next you can see here, red color blood vessels are there, blue color blood vessels are there. We call them coronary vessels. What do we call them? Coronary vessels. These vessels can supply blood specially to heart. And next children, you see what this picture is showing, valves. These are the valves. From right auricle to right ventricle, from left auricle to left ventricle, blood passes through valves, This is a tricuspid valve, this is a bicuspid valve. And you see this picture, doctor. Which doctor treats about heart? We call them cardiologists. The branch of biology deals about heart, cardiology. Once again you see these all pictures. This is stethoscope to check heartbeat. This is a pear fruit. You can see that shape and size, of course, reverse triangle, and fist of hand, 4 chambers, coronary blood vessels supply blood to the heart, valves of the heart. You can see doctors can treat about heart, cardiologists we call them. And one more interesting thing, after these images, heart is exactly located in middle of the thoracic cavity, slightly faced towards the left side. Not exactly in middle, slightly faced towards the left side. Heart is covered by a double membranous structure which is called pericardial membrane. These two membranes are filled with a fluid is called pericardial fluid. So, pericardial fluid and pericardial membrane giving protection to heart. And after this thing, you can see approximate weight of the heart, 240 to 250 grams. How much, children? Approximate weight of the heart, 240 to 250 grams. And heart, if you see, anterior part is broader, posterior part is narrower. These all are the external characters of the heart. I hope you understand. Watch this picture, children. A special organ in our body. This is what? Heart. External structure of heart. You identify, children, labeling parts of the heart, because next we are going to learn about circulation. You see here, first where the blue color vessel you are finding, you think that is deoxygenated blood. So, if the blood vessel is blue in color, that is transporting deoxygenated blood. If the blood vessel is red in color, that is transporting oxygenated blood. This is, you have to think. Now you see, just now I told, red color blood vessel, blue color blood vessels, they are coronary vessels. They are supplying blood to heart. Yeah, one by one labeling we have to see. Superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, you can see here. Superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. Before going to this, you recall once, veins always transports blood from other parts to heart. So, this is vein. This is vein, because from other parts to heart it is coming. Which blood? Already told, in veins which blood will be travelled? Deoxygenated. So, superior vena cava deoxygenated blood, and inferior vena cava also collecting deoxygenated blood. Then why two pipes are there here? Because this one collects from above parts of the heart, this one collects from below parts of the heart. The two open into right auricle, also called right atrium. This is right atrium. This is external structure. That's what you have to understand. This is right atrium. Next, from right atrium to right ventricle. This is right ventricle. Blood comes down right ventricle. I said deoxygenated blood from superior vena cava, deoxygenated blood from inferior vena cava, open into right atrium, right auricle, then right ventricle. From right ventricle to, again it goes from back side. We are not seeing here because this is external. Next it will come internal. You see, this is again blood vessel. It carries towards the lungs. Oxygenated blood travels through this vessel, also through this vessel. This is pulmonary artery. This is also pulmonary artery. But what is the difference? This is left pulmonary artery. This is right pulmonary artery. Right pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood to right lung. Left pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood to left lung. This is for right lung, this is for left lung. Here lungs, for example, lungs will be supplied oxygen. Now blood becomes oxygenated. Artery, aorta, we also call aorta. Several branches are there. This aorta supplies blood. Which blood? Oxygenated blood to all the parts. It divided into several branches. These all branches will go to several parts. You can see, children, diameter of this blood vessel is more. That's what this is called largest blood vessel. Artery, aorta is largest blood vessel because it supplies blood to all the parts. Which blood? Oxygenated blood. Okay, children, that is a thing you have to note. Apex, just now I said anterior part, posterior part. Anterior part is what, children? Anterior part is broader. Posterior part is narrower. It is also called apex part. Posterior part is also called apex part. So, coronary artery, coronary vein I said, which is blue in color, that is coronary vein, which collects deoxygenated blood from heart, because heart is also one of the organ. Of course, it gets itself blood oxygenated, it releases itself deoxygenated blood, and this is red color, coronary artery. You can see coronary artery. This is external structure of the heart, children. Once again I am saying, blue color is indicating always with deoxygenated blood, red color is indicating with oxygenated blood. Okay, children. Here you can see, next thing is what? Internal structure of the heart. Now I want to show artery and vein, how it would be from outside. You can understand, children, by seeing this one. Arteries and veins, this is internal structure of the heart. Same thing, what just now we understood, that is external, but internal somewhat very clear. You can observe here. First, you imagine this is what, children? Superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. It collects deoxygenated blood. It collects deoxygenated blood. From where? From all the body parts. Why it is blue in color? Because it is carrying deoxygenated. Then why it is called vein? Because veins always transport blood from other parts to heart. They are collecting and opening into right auricle. You can see, children, very clearly right chamber. What is this? Right atrium. It is also called right auricle. Now from right auricle to right ventricle, through these valves, you can see valves. Are you seeing, children, valves? Yeah, these are valves. We have to call right atrioventricular valve. What is that, children? Right atrioventricular valve. Here you can see tricuspid valves. Again from here, right ventricle to, blood goes through this way and opens into here. What is this? This is also a vein because blue in color. You see, children, it opens into, you can see this one. This is for right lung, this is for left lung. Left pulmonary artery carries for left lung, right pulmonary artery carries for right lung. Children, I said artery is always supply oxygenated, but except pulmonary artery, you can see, you understand, you notice this thing, except pulmonary artery. Then lungs, it goes to lungs, Here lungs will supply oxygen. It turns into oxygenated blood. Again this oxygenated blood coming to left auricle to left ventricle. Very simple, left ventricle. Through, you can see here, left atrioventricular valve. This is left atrioventricular valve. You can see bicuspid valve. Between the right auricle and right ventricle, you see tricuspid valve. Between the left auricle and left ventricle, you can see bicuspid valve. That is very important noticeable thing. And also semilunar valve means half moon structures. Like half moon structures, they are located between left atrioventricular valve. This is about the circulation, you can see from right. Okay, now from left auricle to left ventricle to through this aorta. It's the biggest blood vessel. You can see aorta, biggest blood vessel, which is called. You may get a question, which is the biggest blood vessel in our body? What is the answer? Aorta. In all arteries, you can see aorta, which is biggest, because it supplies blood to all the parts. That's what you can see. Diameter of artery also very big in size. Lumen size is more here. And after these noticeable things, what we have to understand, right side chambers always transports deoxygenated blood. Left side chambers always transports oxygenated blood. This is very, very important noticeable thing, children. Okay, finally it reaches to all the body parts. Oxygenated blood will be utilized. Then again it turns into deoxygenated. Again it goes to veins. So veins and arteries always connected with microscopic vessels. What do we call them? Capillaries. So at the place of capillaries, you can see oxygenated blood become deoxygenated, means oxygenated will be utilized. Then again at the place of capillaries, for example, this is artery, this is vein. Oxygenated blood will be utilized through these capillaries. This deoxygenated again goes to veins. So that's what at the place of capillaries, from arteries to veins, blood goes. So this is very important, children. Once again I am saying very simple. Blood is coming from superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. Which blood? Deoxygenated blood opens into right auricle to right ventricle through the special valve that is called right atrioventricular valve and tricuspid valve. Then next it goes to right pulmonary artery, left pulmonary artery. What is the speciality of this one? It always transported deoxygenated blood. Then you see, children, that goes to lungs. Lungs will supply oxygen. Left auricle to left ventricle. This is a wonderful functioning of heart, children. You see, from auricles to ventricles, how the blood is coming with forcible speed. You see, just a simple activity. I will show that. With this activity, you may understand how it will be. Children, this is very simple. Just you imagine this is a heart. This is a heart. You can see I marked with red lines the 4 chambers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I am dripping in a red color solution. Just you feel that is a blood. You see, you watch this one. I am keeping it in my fist. Now I am going to squeeze. When I am squeezing itself, this is called contraction. When I am leaving, it is called relaxation. So I am dipping in solution. Now it is, all the chambers are filled with blood. I am dipping in red color solution. Red color solution is called blood. I am dipping in it. This is blood. Now chambers filled with blood. Just you imagine. Now I am squeezing. Squeezing in the sense contraction. I am contraction. And when I'm leaving it, when I leave it, that is called relaxation. Contraction, relaxation. What? The blood is coming down. Are you seeing? Yeah. This is rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart. Rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart, sending blood from one place to another place, from upper chambers to lower chambers. I hope you understood by this simple activity, and of course I will show children. So this is a model of heart I am showing once again. You can observe internal structure of the heart. It's very clear. This is right side auricle, right side ventricle, left auricle, left ventricle. This is a valve. You see that right atrioventricular valve, left atrioventricular valve. Right side chambers, left side chambers are separated by a deep groove like structure which is called septum or septa. So this is internal structure of the heart. You can observe very clearly what I said. I hope you understand. Here particularly I am showing 4 chambers of the heart. Right atrium, left atrium. Right atrium is called, right atrium in the sense right auricle. Left atrium in the sense left auricle. This is right ventricle, left ventricle. Deoxygenated blood, oxygenated blood. Yeah, here you can see a deep groove like structure which is called septum. This septum is separating right side chambers from left side chambers. Right side chambers from left side chambers. This is also septum. This is, what is this? Interatrial septum. This interatrial septum will separate 2 auricles. This interventricular septum will separate 2 ventricles. This one separating 2 ventricles from here to here. Interatrial septum, interventricular septum. Interatrial septum separating 2 auricles. Interventricular septum is separating 2 ventricles. 2 auricles are separated by interatrial septum. 2 ventricles are separated by interventricular septum. This complete groove-like structure is called, deep groove-like structure is called in a single term, septa. You see children, how the blood is pumping here. Right auricle, right ventricle. You see these are valves. Are you seeing valves? Through these valves, through these valves. This is right valve. This is left valve. Through these valves, blood comes from auricles to ventricles. See, this is blood vessel. You see children? Are you observing? Mainly your valves you can observe here, valves. How it's beautiful. Blood is pumping. At the time of pumping, how it gives movements. It's really fantastic. Our body is the best example for aesthetic sense. Our body is only wonderful thing here. Tricuspid valve, bicuspid valve. Also you can see pulmonary valve and aortic valve, where the blood is leaving from ventricles to vessels. Of course, from left ventricle to which vessel? You can see that, aorta. And from right ventricle, you can see here from back side, that is called pulmonary valve. This is called aortic valve. Pulmonary valve will be back side. This is called aortic valve. It's a fantastic heart is functioning in our body. Fantastic role it seems. Yeah, single circulation and double circulation. And before going to tell about single circulation and double circulation, you see what is single circulation. When the blood is passing through the heart only once through the heart, which is called single circulation. The best example is fish. You see, heart is divided into 2 chambers in the fish. This is auricle, this is ventricle. upper chamber, sorry, this is ventricle, this is atrium. This is upper chamber, this is lower chamber. This is ventricle, this is auricle. Blue color already I told, deoxygenated. These are gills, gill capillaries. Gills are respiratory organs of the fish. These are body parts of the fish. This is called systemic capillaries. You understand here, when blood is utilized all the body parts, you see gills are supplying oxygen. Because gills are respiratory organs, blood passes to all the body parts. Which blood oxygenated will be utilized, then it turns into deoxygenated, which is blue in color. Deoxygenated blood is in blue in color. So this blue color blood again goes through the heart to the gills. Gills again modified that into oxygenated. So through the heart only it travels once. This is single circulation occurs in fish. This is double circulation. The best example is human body. These are lungs. This is heart. This is human body. Once again you see blue color vessels are collecting deoxygenated blood into right auricle to right ventricle to again through pulmonary arteries to lungs. Of course, lungs are turning that into red color, means oxygenated by supplying oxygen. Now that oxygenated blood is coming and joining with what children? Left auricle to through this vessel, left ventricle. So finally it goes to all the body parts. So all the body parts will be utilized. So this is, but what is this pulmonary circulation, systemic circulation? Pulmonary circulation in the sense when blood is passing between the lungs and heart, we have to call pulmonary circulation. When the blood is passing between the heart and body parts, which is called systemic circulation. When blood is passing between the heart and lungs is called pulmonary circulation. When blood is passing between the heart and body parts, which is called systemic circulation. So this kind of heart is called double circulated heart. This kind of circulation is called double circulation. We are the best example for that. Have you seen, children, what a fantastic role heart is playing here? I want to say about heart an important thing. You see the circulation after that. Pulmonary heart, pulmonary arteries are supplying which blood? Deoxygenated. Lungs are making that oxygenated. Through pulmonary veins, it is coming to heart again. It goes to systemic arteries, otherwise aorta, goes to body parts. Body parts can utilize, and again it becomes deoxygenated. Systemic veins supplies to the heart. It's a cyclic process, children. You see what we have learnt just now, I am showing in cyclic process. This cyclic process is very clear. You see heart, 5 minutes. Heart, pulmonary arteries, lungs, pulmonary veins, heart, systemic arteries, body parts, systemic veins. After this thing, I want to tell an important thing about heart functioning. It's a little poetic thing. Heart, which is our body part, it functions always smart. It makes lot of concert. It makes us survive comfort. That's what heart is great. It functions always smart. Yeah, summary of this lesson, you see, children, the heart is covered with 2 pericardial membrane. You know well, pericardial membrane is giving protection us from shocks. And stethoscope discovered by René Laennec. René Laennec discovered stethoscope first time. Heart divided into 4 chambers. They are called upper 2 chambers and lower 2 chambers. Upper 2 chambers are called auricles. Lower 2 chambers are called ventricles. Now the right side of heart receives blood from body and sends to the lungs. Of course, just now we learnt the left side heart receives blood from lungs to send it body parts. So right side always deoxygenated, left side always oxygenated. The arteries carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery. Yeah, it's very clear point I told. The veins carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary veins. Yeah, of course we learnt, it's very clear. Now, today's social awareness topic, blood donation. Give blood, save life. If you donate blood, you can save many lives. But children, I want to give little information about blood donation. Blood donation, which is not a social service. Blood donation, which is not a social responsibility. Blood donation, which is a humanity. So please be like human being. Be like being human, show your humanity. So to donate your blood, some things should be must. Your age should be minimum 18 years, maximum 60 years old. And also your weight should be 50 kilograms, otherwise more than 50 kilograms. If you are healthy, you can able to donate your blood up to 450 ml. If you are well in condition, you are able to donate 450 ml. But children, some wrong ideas said there about blood donation. If you donate your blood, you can get many benefits. What they are, you can control your iron levels, and also you can increase new blood cells production. New blood cells will be produced. New production, you can see that one. And if you donate blood, you can save many lives, children. So many beneficiary things we get if you donate the blood. So donate blood and save many people. And the last thing what I am saying about blood color is red. Blood contains a pigment. Blood cells are free. Blood comes from heart. Blood carries oxygen. Blood controls diseases. Blood cleans always waste. Blood keeps always best. Blood keeps always best. Thank you, children. I hope you understood. We meet with next topic in the next class. Thank you. 11